Moon is here. Literally, the highest of insiders are telling us that Moon is approaching. I honestly think it's here. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, told us to lock in, right, to prepare for the finale. And an exchange called Uphold, right, that are in the know, by the way, they tell us here to lock in as well. So what's this lock in about, right? Well, most definitely it connects with XRP's price action, guys. Now, I'm disappointed in myself because I was going to catch this long before this move even occurred. I promise, because, okay, like, XRP's chart looks extremely bullish, guys. So being a bear, there is no point. I would like to say this. I was looking at the XRP versus Bitcoin pairing, guys, in the morning of today, right? And I'm like, I seen like 4 hourly divergences, hourly and 12 and daily, guys. And guess what? And the thing is, I was waiting for this liquidity to be taken, so something like this, and then we pump, right? I missed it. It's okay. But looking at the higher time frames, such as the 12 hourly, bullish divergences got triggered, confirmed as well. On the daily, it's about to get confirmed here shortly. I think by tomorrow, it should get confirmed, as we can see, bullish divergence. So we're going to see more pumps on the horizon, guys. I do believe so myself, because it seems like everything is about to moon here. The S&P 500 just closed at new all-time highs, guys, right? Trump literally called the bottom. When all these coins and assets and stocks were at the bottom, he called it, this is a great time to buy, right? So is moon here? That's what we're going to be talking about for XRP finally, because I am truly excited, guys. Does it even matter about cashing longs or not? I don't think it does, because when you look at the end goal of XRP, right, what it's truly destined for, I think all you need to do is just hold on for dear life. Literally. This comes from Arthur Bretto, June 4th of 2017. Lowering reserve requirement. Looking forward, the XRP ledger needs to be able to scale to serve 7.5 plus billion people and even more devices. The current account mechanism likely doesn't scale to this level. Therefore, only those accounts that are most needed should be created. The reserve provides a barrier to entry for unneeded accounts. A new account mechanism that should allow the XRP ledger to efficiently service humanity scale usage is in development. Look at that. He's literally talking about the world here, guys, right, on the XRP ledger. Now, if that was the case, if everyone bought XRP or used it for some purpose, wouldn't that mean it needs to be at a high price, right? XRP's price was designed to cross the $10,000 mark, right? For it to even be scalable to accommodate 7.5 billion people in the entire world. Okay, so is it possible? In my opinion, it is, guys. And the reason that's the case is because Ripple co-founder Chris Larsen reveals, in the beginning we wanted to build a better Bitcoin, and we created XRP, right? Wow. So this person who's in the know, by the way, right? We got Chris Larsen, David Schwartz, Arthur Bretto, Brad Garlinghouse, right? The pillars of the XRP ledger, and they basically are telling us that the reason why they built XRP in the first place was to create a better Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin isn't the asset you should chase after. It's XRP you should. But I know a lot of people hate XRP, so let's see why they did this. What was the purpose of it?
I think about things like that.
You mentioned before, you said in the beginning we wanted to launch a better Bitcoin. What is XRP? Explained simply.
Well, XRP is another cryptocurrency, right? It was created before, Ripple. But, the key things that we think about, put all of the applications that are being built on crypto, put aside all the ideas about it being used for payments. What are these things? They're kind of a new financial product. I think that's, in my view, supplements, the world of many, many other financial products. They're an additive, right? They're a lubricant to the world economy. So in some ways, a lot of the industry gets a little carried away with the rhetoric about, oh my God, revolutionizing everything. I get it. That's kind of, it can be a rallying cry. But we have this very complex world dominated by all these fiat currencies from countries. And along comes this cryptocurrency that doesn't belong to any country, that's really, in a way, low level and simple. What I mean by that is it's not carrying all the all the muck of the country, right? Any country's currency, it isn't just how much are they printing, or how much are they destroying, or what are their interest rates, but it's
Exactly. XRP is deflationary in its nature as well. And here comes along XRP, right, which isn't attached to any country technically because it is neutral, and it's going to be the bridge. That's why Arthur Brittle said it needs to accommodate 7.5 billion people.
all the values of that country, the restrictions, the capital controls, you name it. Every country has its own set. So that dollar or the RMB or the yen or the euro, it carries all that muck along. Not just muck, good stuff and bad stuff, but it's very heavy. And the beauty of crypto is very simple. And it doesn't inflate, and it's straightforward. And anybody on the planet can kind of figure it out. And there's all the open source stuff of what's going on. And there aren't all the kind of societal values going with it. That is very cool. It's more in line with kind of internet protocol, which internet protocol is very low level and simple. That doesn't mean stuff building on top of it won't be complex. Facebook and Google and AI is super complex, but the fundamentals are very low level. And that's
So he basically said blockchain technology is at this level, guys. Okay, you know how HTTP is at this foundational level, right? Which Facebook is built on top, Amazon, Google, all of these other companies and projects, right, built on top of the internet itself. Here comes the XRPL, right, the foundational component to everything else that will be built on top of it, right, for that new financial system, basically.
that's really good for the world. That's what makes it unique. So I think that's why it makes it a very useful technology. And at the same time, as an asset, just the notion that it's a store of value is a revolution enough, right? A lot of people are like, well, what is it used for? Like, okay, that's enough, right? The notion of something that can transmit value but not inflate in this world, that is a unique thing.
Yep, that's with Bitcoin, right? Which serves utility, some type of purpose. But with XRP, it is a store of value, right? Because it depends on how people see the asset to be. Therefore, it's the same as Bitcoin, but now you have add-ons, right, on top of the XRP ledger, and all these people building new cool things, guys, right? So it's just bonuses on top of bonuses and cherry on tops, guys, and the cherry is on the top, right? So very cool stuff.
So whenever people say, well, what's that currency thing? What's it good for? It's like, are you kidding me? Just it's the fact the world is valuing it. Anyway, we already know that these things are fundamentally valuable and will be a growing part of the world economy. That's a good thing.
A growing part of the world economy, most definitely. But when do they truly flip the switch? 17 days left for FedWire to move to ISO 222, right? So countdown to ISO 222 activates July 14th. Are you ready from FedWire? So they're already completing the case just in time for the systems and rails to be green lit. When we talk about ISO 222, right, now this will enable new payment rails on the Swift network like Ripple. It's documented. What is a real-time payment system? Well, are real-time payments only available through real-time payment schemes? In addition, there are other payment solutions and schemes which don't use normal rails that also offer real-time payment solutions known as crypto rails. These allow currencies and payments to flow cheaply, rapidly, and smoothly as information on the internet, helping provide relief from high exchange rate fees. The Ripple protocol, for example, is a distributed payment network that allows exchanges between any currency. Using this protocol, users can send currency, routing the transaction through the lowest cost exchange path on the network, and have payments converted into local currency and delivered into the recipient's wallet immediately. So from bank A to bank B, and that's where XRP comes into play, right? Now, let's go here. Riding the rails of existing infrastructure, right? Here's the graphic. Okay, blockchain crypto processing is solving interoperability and data challenges across. You guys can see how Ripple is in the middle, right? Bitcoin is, wow, they even mentioned Bitcoin there, but obviously XRP is way more efficient, right? So along with new innovative cross-border channels is where international payments are headed in the future, single euro payments area. All European banking systems are currently in the process of implementing or transitioning to ISO 222. Now do you guys see? Right? So the post references a transition of Fedwire to ISO 222, a global standard for financial messaging, set for July 14th, 2025, which is in a couple weeks, which could streamline cross-border payments and aligns with Ripple's XRP infrastructure. As supported by ISO 222's adoption by over 70 countries per SWIFT's 2023 compliance report. The mention of Ripple's net ISO 222 compliance offers a cost-effective alternative to SWIFT's or to traditional SWIFT upgrades, potentially reducing implementation costs from millions to thousands, as noted in the 2022 study on blockchain payment systems. Okay, this is where XRP should come into play. The ISO 20022 provides the so important 100% compatibility between diverse cross-border payment models and platforms, and its widespread acceptance is both a catalyst and an enabler for the introduction of new payment rails. Right, it's a new paradigm here, guys. Right, so it's looking honestly insane. So with the case concluding here, programmatic sales are not investment contracts. Then Ripple has found other ways to sell XRP to institutions. This is how we moon, guys. Right now, Uphold weighs IPO or sale at 1.5 billion plus valuation. That's an easy buy. From who? Easy. Ripple can take the $1.9 billion the SEC was initially seeking and buy Uphold with it. Right? That's why Uphold is an interesting exchange. Right? We know due to the riddlers. And now imagine they buy it. Right? And then the institutions can buy it off Uphold, guys. Right? Indirectly from Ripple. Right here. We will see Ripple buy at least one exchange, if not more. Sales to exchanges as of right now is their best path forward, right? Which means it's literally going to moonshot, guys. It truly is. Ripple is eyeing multiple new acquisitions after its $1.25 billion hit and road deal, while also planning major XRPL upgrades, right? So it's happening as we speak, guys. It truly is. And then last but not least, Robinhood, another exchange. New crypto futures are on Robinhood, such as Trade Micro XRP futures, right? So the exchanges are getting ready for XRP most definitely, and yeah, we're surely entering this new world, guys, where XRP will reign supreme. The final piece of the whole puzzle was this case, and it's finally ended very shortly now. Now, financial advice, I'm excited. Are you? What is that? So, face is see.